Back to Alopecia in Life. My name is Christine. Very glad to have you with me today. This afternoon, I wanted to focus my blog on the topic of dating because it's, for me as a woman and for me as someone with alopecia, it has consumed a lot of my thought time, and I feel like I've learned a lot about it that I think is important to share with other people who might be going through the same struggles themselves. And so I have several stories I'd like to share with you, and I hope that some of them might resonate with you and help you understand that it's not about the hair at the end of the day. It's really not. My first experience comes from several years ago when I was first diagnosed with alopecia. I was getting my first synthetic wig and was in a wig store with the owner of this store who had the patience of a saint. I think I was with her for 2 hours. And one of the very last questions I asked her, I asked it last because I was so afraid of what she might say. I said, what do your clients do, your other clients who have alopecia, what do they do about talking to their partners or guys they're interested in about the fact that they're bald? And she said, I have understood from these women that when they do bring it up, the guys are always like, and the issue is, I don't know. You know what? They're always kind of perplexed about why it would even be an issue. And that was news to me. And I filed that away. I thought, point taken. Maybe they're just really lucky, these girls, to have met such wonderful men. But, maybe someday, maybe. I doubt it, but maybe I'll meet someone who's that great. And so fast forward a few years later, I came back from India, and as I mentioned in my last vlog, I didn't have hair. I was wearing a scarf in India. When I came back from the country, my hair started to grow back, and instead of wearing a full scarf, I wore half scarves around the perimeter of my head and let my little munchie-chi haircut grow and show for all the world to see. And it was the first time I had ever been out in public, really, with such short hair, and letting the world know that I was okay, basically, with short hair or no hair. And I met someone at a wedding, and we ended up dating for quite a while. And the topic of my hair never came up except for me to relay what the experience had been like. And when talking about our relationship, this young man had said, the reason I was drawn to you wasn't because of your hair. It was because you loved to dance, because you smiled a lot, because you were happy, and you had this great energy about you, and I wanted to be around you for those reasons. And it was so wonderful for me to hear that because, as a woman in our culture, I think we're taught to believe that unless we look beautiful all the time, we're nothing. And our value is so wrapped up in how our physical appearance is to other people. And I've learned a lot, obviously, over the course of the years it's very superficial, and it's not the reality of many people, many men's perspectives, and most women, I would say, too. The other experience I wanted to share was just from last year, and that was when I was doing a review of a book that I've written that I hope to get published soon about. It's a memoir about my life with alopecia. It's been fictionalized, and I'm very excited about it. I hope to publish it soon. I was at this critique group, and on one side of the table were several women, and on the other side were several men. And very innocently, at one point in the conversation, this man raised his hand and he said, I understand you've devoted an entire book to this topic of having alopecia and what it's meant to you and how devastating it was for you, but what's the big deal? And it was wonderful, actually, on many levels for me to hear that question, not only because it challenged the beliefs that I've been carrying around with, in myself about what it meant for me as a woman to have alopecia, but it was also validating to hear all the women on the other side of the table say, what are you talking about? What's the big deal? It's huge. Women, if you don't have hair, it's everything. It's your identity. It's your sexuality. It's how people think of your health. It's your professional, how you present yourself to the world is so tied up in your hair. And I think for both sides, it was an educational experience. I think for guys to hear from women that hair is a big deal, whether guys think it is or not. But it was also educational for me to hear this man who had been on the planet for at least 40 some years say, what is the big deal? It's just hair. And I thought back to that moment in New Hampshire when I was at the wig store that first time having a conversation about this topic, thinking, I don't know if I'll ever meet somebody who will accept me as I am. I don't know if I believe what she's telling me about guys not caring about whether or not they have hair. And it made me realize that a lot of the isolation that I had experienced over the course of those years, having alopecia, being ashamed of myself, was really self-imposed and didn't have to be. And so since then, every experience we have grows and it helps us build or grow. It builds upon each other, and it helps us be better people and wiser. And I really believe that a lot of the challenges I've gone through because I didn't have the wisdom of the experience I have now that I share with you, and I offer humbly in the hopes that it can help you understand that it's not about the hair, it's about you as a person and how you represent yourself on the outside, how you bring those inner qualities out and show them to the rest of the world for everyone's benefit. Because really we should be as full and as happy and the best people we can possibly be, because what else is the point, really? If we're put on this planet for a reason, I think, and why not live to our fullest potential? Why let things like what we look like hold us back from being happy and expressing everything that we have to offer to the world? So I hope you comment on some of what I've said today. I hope some of what I've said resonates with you, and I hope you follow my YouTube channel. Please also visit my website at alopecianlife.wordpress.com. And please also remember there's a lot of life to live and a lot of love to give, even when you don't have hair. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.